guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 3 of season 4 of Battlestar Galactica, and the last episode ended with Admiral Adama giving Starbuck a shit ship with, I think, a great crew. At least having Hilo in your crew on the search for Earth, I think, is fantastic. Now, I was really frustrated of the battle it took to get them to believe Starbuck that she knows where Earth is. And I get it. She was gone for 2 months. Everyone thought she was dead. She shows up with a new ship. Like, I get the distrust of the situation and that it must be the Cylons. But I'm also like, where the hell else are they going? They went to the nebula and then they jumped away. If the nebula was a clue to their next spot, then why are they just like, you know what? We're just going to wing it and just jump away and keep jumping and keep jumping and keep jumping and keep jumping. And so they don't really even have a plan as to where they're heading and where they're going. And it's frustrating because, like, you know, the Admiral wanted to trust Starbuck. He missed her. He loved her. Her death was devastating to him. And I'm not saying that you have to trust it 100%, but like, it's Starbuck. And like, she's gotten the shit end of the stick so many different times. Her and Chief on this show have gotten the shittiest end of every shit stick you could possibly get. And then, you know, she comes back from the dead and she's got to prove that she's not a Cylon. She passed the Cylon detector test. And of course, Ty is like, oh, didn't catch Boomer. Well, y'all go back and look at that. Because it'll have a little check to it. This is actually, yes, Cylon. You know, Doc Cottle said that there was nothing about her that was like a Cylon. And, you know, I get she could be a sleeper Cylon agent. Okay. Sure. With proof of Earth. I don't know. I'm frustrated because I want them to believe Starbuck. And I get why they don't. But I'm also just irritated. Now, the conversation that they had, both mom and dad, both Rosalind and Adama, when they have the conversation about kind of the situation, but also, you know, the things that Admiral Adama was feeling in that moment. And then, you know, of course, her missing the shot and she's just like, oh, well, the drugs, you know, that could cause my aim to be off. And he's like, yeah, so would doubt. You know, they're kind of calling each other on their bullshit a little bit. But then, you know, I don't want to say that Admiral Adama aimed low, but, you know, I think the president having to face death yet again and not having, you know, a way to get out of this situation. And, you know, her hair's falling out and it's scary for her. And him just kind of saying like, you know, you're really worried that your life will be just as meaningless as anybody else's if you're not the one that like kind of is the person to lead them to Earth. Because if she is, she's remembered in the history books forever as the person that found Earth. You know, if she just dies like some regular human, then, you know, she was just some regular human, just like the rest of us. So, you know, I love that conversation. I love the subtle acting. Everything about it was just amazing. And, you know, speaking of, I don't even want to say that it's subtle acting, but just acting period, with James Callis having a head Gaius in Gaius was just phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I could just watch that man say or do practically anything and I would just be so enthralled. He's just amazing. He's wonderful. But you know, it makes you think, like, is it Gaius trying to make head Gaius, who's kind of having mannerisms of that of a female, is he trying to not talk to head 6 and trying to make head 6 look like a head Gaius? So it's just really interesting how Gaius's brain works. Now, he also had a moment with Tori in which I kind of had, I don't want to say it was confusion, but, you know, Tori's going through a lot. She just found out she's a Cylon. She is now in this physical moment with Gaius, which I'm not sure if it's because she actually, like, let herself get to that level of, like, trying to find information out from Gaius for the rest of the final 4, because we haven't met the 5th one yet. Or, you know, is it the combination of that and her dealing with being a Cylon? Is it the fact that she hates Gaius Baltar with every bit of her being? Here she is having sex with him. Like, there was a lot going on, a lot that she could be crying about. And, you know, he even says to her, like, you know, just, kind of like be happy that you can express emotions and like you have an abundance of emotions is what he said. And, I love that. But, she also knows that she's a Cylon. So I don't know if she's going through a lot. There's a lot that happened. So we got Starbuck traveling with a shit ship. Mom and Dad having a quarrel argument, and I'm guessing another one's coming because the Admiral did it kind of off the book, and I'm sure the President's going to find out about that, and maybe she'll be happy, or maybe just be like, well, okay, let's see how that goes, as long as it's not all of us. And Gato is being a something to Starbuck. I was like, dang, Gata. So, I think a lot of people like distrust the Starbuck that they got back because, she essentially was dead. There's a lot of reasons why I understand them. I just don't like them because, I don't think that Starbuck is the harbinger of death, that she will, bring the end to the human race or whatever. Whatever the hybrid said. Yeah, I think she might bring the human race to the end, like to Earth. She might be the harbinger of death of this chaotic center that they found themselves in with the Cylons and the humans. Rightfully so. I don't think the humans really want to share, bunks with the Cylons, given the two times that they've, one caused a complete genocide and two tried to control them. Yep. So I don't know. I don't know if Starbuck is the key to humanity and Cylons coexisting, or if it's something else. And with this show, it could quite frankly be something else, and I would never guess it. I would never ever be able to just be like, you know what? I got an idea and hit it. I don't think that would ever happen. And I don't know how to feel about the last episode because we saw Sam get his eye scanned and transmit information to a raider. And then the raider then pulled out of the attack because they don't attack their own. But then you see Cavill wanting to lobotomize the raiders because they have that way of thinking that they don't want to attack their own. And then you saw that like Six wanted them to stop lobotomizing the raiders. And, she took like the inhibitor chips, whatever, out of the Centurions, and the Centurions, I don't know if the raiders had that chip and that's why they won't attack their own, but definitely the Centurions were like, it's open season. And Cavill, your ass is mine. I thought I was like, the Centurions are probably protecting the raiders because they're protecting their own and they won't hurt their own. And I don't know, if now the Centurions will see like the final five differently and will attack them. Six didn't want to do that. She didn't want that to happen. She just wanted the lobotomizing to stop. And quite frankly, me too. It's odd how I care. It's really odd how I care. This show's kind of done a little something to me where I'm just like, kill all the Cylons! They caused a genocide! Ew, gross insides in a ship. It's alive? Yuck. It's an organism. And now I'm like, it's an organism. Stop. It's alive. I don't know. I can't tell you how that happened, why it happened, but I'm pretty happy that it happened. I like that it happened. I like seeing them as alive and real and semi-precious. I don't want to say super precious, but like they're alive. I don't want to see them dead. Certain ones, because like I found a lot of satisfaction with the Cavills and the Simons and the Dorals. Yeah, meeting their little end. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to be reborn or not reborn, regurgitated. What is it? Downloaded? Whatever. I was going to say reincarnated, and I watched an episode of The Legend of Korra before this, and I was talking about reincarnation and the Avatar cycle, and I think it kind of got stuck in my head a little bit. Watching these shows and like the crossover of certain things is just absolutely wild. Yeah. So I'm super excited to get into this episode and kind of see where Starbuck's storyline goes with the president and Adama and kind of what they're going to do now. Oh, and I almost forgot that Lee retired and now he's part of the Quorum of 12, or he's I don't know. But I feel like him being out of a ship is going to be weird. I'm used to seeing him in a Viper, and it makes me sad that I might not unless we desperately need him. But whatever he does next, I think he's gonna be okay. And I'm glad that Lee's doing his own thing. I think not being, under his father and under the president, being part of the Quorum of 12, that like it's kind of like the executive, judicial, and legislative branches of government, not quite, but somewhat the same. That like he can be a voice that has to be considered rather than somebody that you can just dismiss because of chain of command. So I'm excited to see where that goes as well. So guys, a lot can possibly happen in this next episode, and I need to be ready for it. Are you ready for it? I'm ready for it. Let's go. Right into the space shit. I love it. Resurrection ship. I don't know if I need to see a Cavalin goo. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Welcome back, brother.
Jeez. He dove out of it.
I need to get to my ship. It's not your ship anymore. The Sixes and their acolytes use their new pets to engage in a little ethnic cleansing.
The whole fleet's split right down the middle. So much for my swing vote.
Yikes.
Teach me not to trust in democracy.
Oh, that feels gross. That feels so gross. What's going on? What's wrong, girl? Oh god, she's not a Cylon, is she? No, she can't be.
You every single hour of every single day. Can you just tell some?
Yeah, her and Chief wouldn't be able to have a baby if they're both Cylons.
Can you please just check?
Yeah, I'd lose my mind too, quite frankly.
I used to know who I was. Galen Tyrrell, crew chief, husband.
He's got those bags under his eyes. So dark.
Are you and Callie getting along?
You have a baby. In a bar.
It's like I'm being flooded with new sensations, new feelings.
Interesting.
Maybe you are too.
Meaning... Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, God.
Come here, just give her some room. Come here.
They kept showing pills, so obviously she took something. What is going on with you, girl? Whew, relationship drama's back. I mean, I don't want to sit here and be like, this is why I don't want to have kids, but that's exactly one of the reasons why I wouldn't want children. Is I don't want to be doing all of that. I don't want to be woken up and lose sleep and, feel like I'm doing something by myself. So, I mean, I get that desperate feeling of feeling alone. It's scary. And it probably is hurtful.
And so I am honored to accept this appointment to the Quorum. Thank you. Yes.
By confirming Mr. Adama's nomination, does this mean you don't have any hard feelings about his role in the Baltar trial?
Thank you. Mr. Adama took on a cause he felt was important, and I fully trust he will continue to bring the same passion in representing his constituents.
Thank you.
What about the Demetrius, the sewage recycling freighter that jumped away 3 weeks ago?
I will ask Admiral Adama to answer that question.
The Demetrius is on a military mission.
What about the rumor Kara Thrace was put in charge of that mission?
I don't comment on rumors.
Ooh.
Frankly, I'm surprised it took them this long to come after us about the Demetrius.
Any luck?
It's been 3 weeks.
It's not going to blow over.
It's not.
I'm going to be covering for you for a long time on this.
I wanted to give Kara a chance. I wanted to give myself a chance to believe in her.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, and they jumped last time, like when she was like, "If you guys jump one more time, I'm gonna lose it," and then they jumped. So I don't know if she's just got to go off of.
See me, sir?
I've made a decision.
I don't know what she's going off of. Gaeta is with her?
I guarantee you Galactica's dogging her every move, and they're just waiting to jump in as soon as she shows her true colors.
You know what? You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What, you gonna tell me what I know, bro?
Yeah, maybe.
Get it! All of you!
Thank you, Hilo.
Is there anything else you can tell us about it? Any new data, anything at all?
You know everything you need to know, Ensign. So stow the questions and do your job.
Double check the data file on the FTL drive. Got it?
I mean, that would be frustrating to just keep going back and forth in circles and never making any headway. I don't know if she's searching for a feeling again. Maybe that's what's going on.
I am not having an affair. I went out for a drink. I ran into Tori. We started talking. Look, I know how it looks, but it's completely innocent. There's nothing to it.
Just remember about the algae.
Sorry, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy. Sorry.
I don't really have much to say about that. I'd be frustrated with the whole situation myself.
I see you're still cleaning up your mess.
No, I hardly think this qualifies as our mess.
Wow.
But I want you all to know that I placed the blame for all of this squarely on myself.
Good.
Go on.
Well, you had legitimate concerns, but I refused to hear them. But now I'm listening.
Sounds like a
For
manipulation.
starters, you can stop lobotomizing the raiders.
Done.
And you can agree to unbox the Deannas.
Oh.
You talk about restoring our unity. Well, we think it's time to restore our greater unity, to unite the 12 models once and for all.
Oh, I agree. Mostly because I want to see
the
it.
others will accept this, but I'll make your case. You're going to find you opened a bigger can of worms than you realize.
I don't think so, personally. But that was nice and respectful. Oh, the Centurions are still scary.
How are things on the home front?
You mean other than catching my husband with another woman and having him tell me I'm imagining things?
It's not really what he said.
You're not crazy.
What would you call someone who all but proposes to a man after he breaks her jaw?
That's kind of what I said.
Sometimes I wish he would lay hands on me. At least then I'd know he had some feelings about me.
Oof.
Listen, just get some sleep and clear your head.
Will do, Doc.
I mean, he's going through a lot, and he doesn't seem to realize that he's kind of pushing her to the side. I don't know, but I don't know the right thing to do when you find out you're a Cylon. What is happening? Oh, is she painting? Jeez, I thought that was blood.
Is that what this is about, Sam? You want to know what the deal is with us, with our marriage? It didn't make much sense to begin with. Makes even less now.
Oof. That is cold.
I don't buy that.
I only married you because it was safe and it was easy, Sam. And you were just pathetic enough to go along with it.
Starbuck, come on.
So get the frack out. Get out!
You bitch!
I don't want to fight, Sam.
Really? It feels like it.
All I want to do right now is frack. Really frack like it's the end of the world and nothing else matters.
There's paint on the bed. Okay. Alright, well.
We were married, weren't we? And that wasn't just like a fantasy.
Hell no. We got the scars to prove it.
It's like everything seems so far away. Like I'm watching myself, but I'm not really experiencing it, not living it.
It's a great shot.
Like my body's just this alien thing that I'm still attached to.
What does that mean?
Does that seem crazy to you?
I mean, you might be talking to the right person. That whole thing is just like so crazy and toxic. Gosh, she drives me crazy.
We can go together and hear what your newfound heroine has to say.
If you don't mind, we'd prefer to stay on our own ships.
By all means.
Yeah, she doesn't trust him either. I wouldn't.
Yes, but don't take my yes to imply that the rumors are true.
Madam President.
Jacob, everyone,
She's
please.
good.
I cannot believe that the Demetrius is the only matter that is important to your constituents.
Okay, do you know what?
Free trade deal. Goodbye.
Whoa, whoa. Korma 12 is chaotic.
Would it not be fair to say that you and Admiral Adama are naturally exploring all possible routes to Earth?
Here, here. Now we're getting focused. That's exactly what we
Mr. Adama, we are all anxious to receive the benefit of your experience, but I personally don't feel the need to have a junior delegate appoint himself my spokesman. Let's move on. Jacob?
God.
This relates to your Executive Order 112.
Yeah, don't dismiss him. He'll
Which
come for you.
establishes a system of tribunals. Effectively, it creates a justice system that further and dangerously concentrates power into the hands of the executive, namely into your hands, Madam President.
That sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
I propose that we put it on the docket for the next full session. Is that satisfactory to you, Mr. Adama?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, she's still not forgiving him for Baltar, and he was trying to be nice, and she ruined it.
Problem with their FTL?
No report.
The resurrection ship didn't jump? Oh god, are they going to destroy the space star?
They're going to attack.
Yep.
Alert the others. We need to jump now.
They're taking out our FTL!
No resurrection ship. They're really trying to kill us.
Is it gonna work?
Just remember, they started it.
I knew it was a manipulation.
Oh, we're killing them.
Yeah, you should feel bad about it, Boomer.
They can trust their God to watch over their immortal souls.
What about ours?
We're machines, dear, remember. We don't have souls.
Really easy to kill when you don't think something has a soul, man. Yeah, I forgot all about Callie and Chief. There's so much chaotic stuff happening, which I know is normal for this show, but... Girl, what are you doing? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Callie, what are you doing? Like, oh god. She's gonna hear something she shouldn't. It's weird, I never like really thought about like the insides of a ship and in between the walls.
Last thing we need is for your Cylon-hating wife to find out there's a bunch of skin jobs running around this ship, and that her husband is one of them.
Oh, no. There's a lot of loose bits inside of the walls. I just want to point that out. Is she gonna notice the panel? Yeah. Uh-oh. What are they gonna do? What is Callie gonna do? Oh God, girl, you look horrible.
Fine. Yeah, fine.
She's definitely not okay.
Did you go see Connell?
No, I'm feeling better.
Yeah, I always thought it was crazy that he broke her jaw and she's like, I love you.
Maybe someday we have another baby.
That's the wrong time to bring it up, really.
Brother, sister for little Nick.
She's already exhausted and you're not doing your part, buddy.
Brother or sister?
Yeah. Oh no! Oh God, Kelly, stop! Holy crap. Oh my God, what are you gonna do, Kelly? What are you doing? Oh no, 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 no! Oh God! Oh, Kelly, I don't know. It's not that bad. Please don't do what I think you're gonna do.
Callie!
Stay the fuck away from me! I know what you are!
How could you? We don't even know what we are.
Guess you better hope there's a spare body waiting for you.
Don't do this to yourself or to your child. To Nikki.
Get the fuck away!
Yeah, no, listen to her.
Handle my son! I can't live like this. It's a fracking nightmare.
You don't want to do this, Kelly. He's your son.
What have I done? I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
Here.
Oh! Oh God, Tori, Jesus. Tori! Oh my God. Wow. Okay. It's one of those episodes I don't really enjoy because there's a lot of arguing and a lot of fighting and a lot of yelling. I was actually so terrified that Callie was going to space herself with Nikki and like what that would do to Chief. I did not expect that out of Tori. Very silent behavior, eh? But, you know, I guess I don't know what switches on for Cylons when it's babies. Like, even if it's I don't want to say just a human baby, but like a human Cylon baby. something just gets switched on for the Cylons to protect those babies. And I don't know if that's what happened with Tori. I don't know if she genuinely like has feelings for Chief. Maybe the final five, you know, her and Chief are a happy couple or whatever. I don't know. See, because I keep thinking they're gonna like go and find the final five, and the ones that we have are copies. But like, maybe there are no other copies. Like, I don't know. I do know that the actress that plays Callie had connections to people in the real world, which you know, I was a fan of Smallville, and that will always be tainted for me a little bit when I watch it. I can't really see Allison Mack without just kind of getting a little bit of like anger in my stomach. And you know, I think I was far enough away from the actress that plays Callie, Nikki, that I don't really have that same feeling, although it's disgusting to be involved in such a thing. I'm kind of surprised they went with killing off her character. I feel like she was already kind of going down the road of not being able to handle, you know, the one, not having Chief be there for her, whether it was in a capacity of being her husband or being her friend or, you know, her partner, but then also, you know, helping raise Nikki and feeling like maybe she's doing it all by herself. And then, you know, obviously when the nebula hit, something probably changed with Chief and she could sense that. And so something changed with her, or I'm not sure if something happened with her because of the nebula. It seemed like the nebula has caused a lot of problems. I always kind of questioned their relationship anyway. I always thought that I was just like, she killed the woman you love, Chief, and you're like, that's okay, I forgive you. And then, you know, in his sleep, you know, beats the crap out of her and breaks her jaw, and she's just like, I forgive you because I love you. And, you know, just everything else in between, you know, I just have always been like, this didn't start out great at all. But that's like really sad. That's really sad. I'm happy that the baby didn't end up going with her. I think Chief losing both Callie and his son would have been absolutely devastating for him. I wish there was a little bit more character building with Callie, and I think I said this a couple times, that it just seemed like her character revolved around being married to Chief and being Chief's baby mama, and there wasn't really much else. And I really wish that they like used a lot of these characters more often and built some things. So I'm not really that sad to like really even see her go, because like, you know, she didn't really exist as much of a central character. Now, definitely her death, you know, anytime you fridge a character's significant other, you see them become something else. So I don't know if that's what we're going to become, or if Chief's going to become something else. Yeah, Tori definitely in the past 2 episodes has experienced a lot of different things, a lot of different feelings. It's very, very curious. And then, of course, you know, Anders is with Starbuck and that whole mess. I really hate how Starbuck speaks to Sam. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, because I would not tolerate someone speaking to me that way. That would not fly. And, you know, he's very persistent about like expressing that he cares about her and that he loves her, no matter what comes out of her damn mouth. It's just like nothing that she says to him will push him away. And I think that like she continually wants to test that boundary. Do you really want to be here? Like, because I'm going to make you feel like absolute crap to try to prove to me that you actually want to be here, because nobody wants to be here. If that's it, yuck, it's so hard to watch. It is so hard to watch, because I want both of them to be happy. And if they want to be happy together, that's great. Frack all you want. Frack until the walls fall down. Do whatever you want to do, but don't be disrespectful. It's very hard to watch. And I'll just say that, like, I mean, Katie's good at delivering those lines of just complete fucking bitch. Like, I think it's funny, because I didn't really like when her and Kat would go head to head, but I feel like I would be going head to head with her as well. Like, I wouldn't be tolerating that. I do not let people speak to me that way. And she just continually does it to Sam, and it just irks the shit out of me. And then like, it's always just like, like all this passion and anger I'm feeling is actually like, I really like do want to express love to you in a certain particular way. And then her jumping from, coordinates all over the place and her whole crew not really trusting her, except Hilo. Hilo's like, y'all get your shit together and we are here for support and y'all are low ranking, officers. So shut your mouths and we're doing what Starbucks says. I get that it's frustrating and it's hard. It's been 3 weeks of not finding it. She's painting it, in the bunk and like she's trying to like, and that's what I couldn't really remember because I feel like they jumped away and then she wouldn't be able to tell where Earth was. She lost like the feelers for it. And I don't know what like all the jumps are. To me, it's kind of like when you go into the next room and you forgot why you went in there. So you go back to where you were to try to remember why you went into that room. And maybe it's that sense of like, she's just jumping to all these coordinates. So then maybe something like clicks and maybe she's got to retrace her steps back to the original coordinates, back to the nebula. I'm not sure. But I was surprised Gata was with them because Gata is not a Starbuck lover by any means these days. It's so funny that I thought about how he was like kind of giving her tood in the last episode. So Felix, Gata, Athena, a couple other people I don't think I recognize, and Hilo and Sam. Yeah, I mean, she's got a great crew with her, but her like treating them this way is kind of interesting. Like the shot from above with the light over her, looking down on Sam. Like I was just like, what the heck? And then her like saying like she doesn't like feel like she's actually in her body, and that it feels very alien to her. I feel like that's a clue that like maybe something. I mean, obviously something happened to her in that 2-month period in which she was gone, but like what? What is making her feel this way? Is this really Starbuck? Is this really her body? Is she actually a Cylon? And, she's talking about how she feels like an alien and like Sam's behind her kind of like, word. I feel so bad for him. It's funny because I am watching Cat and Sunny, the channel Cat and Sunny, and he is on season 2 right when they're like, on Caprica, it's Starbuck and Hilo and they find Anders, and I'm watching his reaction and I'm just like getting all these emotions of like how it all started with them, like playing whatever it is, Pyramid. And like there's real love there. There's real like feelings there. And that's why like every time Starbuck behaves this way, I'm just like, get it together. God. But I know she's still like she's got all this stuff jumbled up in her head, and he's dealing with being a Cylon. Like there's a lot of shit that's going on. Now, the whole Lee Quorum of 12 thing, I was really excited about. And if anything, Lee is going to definitely keep the president in check. And that's one of the things that I really liked about Lee is that he not only rode the middle, but like he wasn't afraid to like tell it like it is, like say the truths that need to be said. And kind of like not really like protect people that are blatantly trying to skirt around something. And the president's definitely doing that. And I get that she is doing that to protect his father. And like they don't really want it out there that they like believed that Kara could find Earth and sent her on a mission. But then this whole thing about her picking like the judges and all that feels very fresh. That feels very, 2016 to 2020, just appointing all the judges you can so, you have more power. It feels very weird to hear that in a show that was out in like 2004, 2005. It's like, oh shit, that was kind of on the money now, wasn't it? And her just being like, oh, well, it's not done yet. And I think that we could vote on it next time, if you want, but it's not finished. So slow your roll, Mr. Adama. I'm glad he brought it up. I'm glad she had to defend it. Zarek is just kind of over there pounding on a table. There's chaos. There's people saying like, kiss my ass. There's no way you're getting this from me if we don't do this. And it just felt very, very much chaos is the only word that keeps coming to mind. And I thought like being part of the Quorum of 12 was going to be like a lot of order. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I mistaken. Now, I absolutely knew that Cavill was manipulating and that we cannot trust him. All the base stars, ganging up on the ones that have the sixes and him lying about bringing the threes back. And, I feel like the ship you don't want to piss off is the one that has the Centurions that will come and get your ass. Because I think they could do it Terminator style, and that's really something, especially because if they won't attack their own, I don't think the Centurions on the other ships will necessarily attack the other Centurions anyway. So I don't know. I knew it the whole time was manipulation, but him and Boomer, ugh. He was fresh out of that like gooey bath, and she was just like, I'm just like, what? I love Dean Stockwell. I would never want to kiss him. There's not one person on this show I think that I'd want to kiss, but like he's definitely not one of them. Great acting by Grace. She got in there. She just went for it. But that's fracking interesting. I don't know how that came about. Probably because he manipulated her some way or another. Like, that's what Cavils do. That's what they do. I definitely don't think they destroyed the ship, and I don't think that whole thing's over. I do think that the Centurions are going to pull something out of their sleeve, or the Sixes might have been mildly prepared. I'm not quite sure, but I'm excited to see it. And the fact that the resurrection ship didn't jump, is really brave, because like what if the Centurions start killing all the Cavils and then like they can't be resurrected? Oh, interesting where that might go. But guys, if you want to watch the full length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as up to 4 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you thought about this episode, because not my favorite. Mostly because it was a lot of arguing and yelling and chaos, and I don't do well in those scenarios. It immediately loses my focus when somebody starts screaming. I can't focus on, like, if there's a baby crying, I can't focus. If there's people yelling, I can't focus. If there's people fighting, I can't focus. But I will say that I don't know how Chief will respond all grand scale of losing Callie, and I don't want him and Tori to be a thing, and I don't know if that's like written in the stars or not. Kind of gives me the ick that she killed her, which I'm now just focused on Tori, because if she could do that, what else is she capable of? Like I said, like, when Hera was taken by the other Cylons, I was just like, was that Tori? Did Tori make that happen? Did she have something happen to Maya? Like, I wasn't sure. Now, because it's another Cylon baby, I'm kind of like, So I don't know. I mean, if she was responsible for the other one and it got taken, maybe she shouldn't be responsible for Nikki. I don't think she will be, but damn, poor Chief. Now they can just meet in Chief's quarters, and Nikki's a half Cylon anyway, so he can overhear a conversation. It's fine. Hopefully we don't have any more episodes like this, because I don't like the yelling. I want some space shit. Give me the space shit. I know it's coming, but I want it every episode. I'm very easy to please. Just have ships blowing up other ships in between nebulas and stars, and I'm a happy camper. You need just one scene, and I'm happy. I mean, I guess I did get it with the base stars, but the right base star was not getting attacked. That's all I can say about that. So guys, come back here for the next episode, and in the meantime, I'll see ya.